Hugh Stafford,
Oh,
hamstring tightness.
hey guys. Welcome back to another Game Time Discussions. Cam is reading off all the fun stuff that's happening on Twitter right now that we are, of course, using for our drafts. Hi, Taylor. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see who else is here with us. Anybody else in the chat? Come hang out. Let me get to our stream so that I can see the chat. So some of the big things that happened today. Let me move this up. Matthew Judon gets traded for a third round pick to the Atlanta Falcons. Going to really help their pass rush because they went Michael Penix instead of getting a pass rusher in the first round of the draft this year. So I think that will be at least beneficial for them.
Yeah, we've only been picking them to draft an edge rusher in the first round for the last like 3 drafts.
Yep.
Makes sense that they finally, and then especially because Braylon Trice went down, and
Right.
so that was mainly the reason that probably vaulted them to make a big move.
Right.
But yeah, Minnesota Vikings. It's a tough day to be a fan.
Oh yeah.
Um, you get the news that JJ is out for the season. We didn't really have much confidence that he was going to start or play much, anyways.
Right.
But now his rookie season's officially over because they had to do a repair, not a quick fix. So, which is probably better for him in the long run. Force a clipboard season and then just kind of figure it out. But then also Jordan Addison kind of tweaks his ankle on a jump ball,
Yep.
and looks like based on the video that I saw, he kind of landed on his leg on the outside, so it kind of went inverted, which those obviously are always tougher to recover from, and they can be more significant. So he'll probably be, I would anticipate him missing a week or two, and if not, he's going to be severely hampered. On top of that, having a potential midseason suspension. So
Yeah, and kind of looking at some of the other guys that haven't really talked about yet. We did our preseason takeaways week 1, but Jahmyr Gibbs, Ennis Rakestraw, and Terrion Arnold all injured for the Detroit Lions. They say Jahmyr Gibbs, of course, is hopefully going to be back by week 1. That's at least a good outlook, probable. But the other two guys, a couple rookies that we liked in the draft. Who else is injured? I know there was a couple
I know
more.
Juwan Taylor got carted
That's
off.
right.
I haven't seen any updates on that, but he's the starting right tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's the guy that kept on starting off the ball last year
That's
and
correct.
finally got caught. But yeah, that was a downgrade in our eyes or at least in my eyes, and I think M's kind of come on board with that since they signed him last year. And but Kingsley Suamataia, it sounded like he's going to be the starting left tackle,
Right.
which is a good sign because we liked him coming out as well.
Yeah, I think more so than Juwan Taylor being a bad signing, it was the fact that they overpaid him by so much
A
money.
lot of money.
When you told me that it was a bad signing, I was like, oh, I don't think it's terrible. And then I was like, oh, just kidding. It's way too much money to be paying a guy like that that's jumping off the sides and doing things like holding in the Super Bowl that isn't getting called. But we only have a few people in the chat right now. I know that there's some people that want to get in some of these drafts with us, so we'll wait a second before we do that. We got about 5 more minutes before we're going to try to go at 7:10. If it never really works out right on the dot, but we're going to do our best. We're going to do 2 drafts today, and let's see who just got here. Oh, there's Dustin. Yeah, Dustin, you're going to get in one of the drafts with us, of course. Anybody else that wants to join, though, is more than welcome. Brandon likes football. I love to see it. So looks like we might have a full house, hopefully, on this first draft. If we can get a few more people in here. I know that Nick has been talking about getting in some drafts with us, but he always seems to not make it in time somehow. So we'll make sure.
I know he's I guess now 2 weeks ago there was one where we were the fourth in the lobby, and then the next second it went,
Oh, it's
and
so
we
fast.
still
Yeah.
didn't get anybody in the draft. So but what's crazy is the ADPs are going to look nothing like what you saw last week. There has been so significant movement. You're going to have to draft Dortch way earlier than what you were getting him last week.
Well,
He has cracked the top 200.
I think
Several other guys that we've loved in the 16th, 17th, 18th rounds are just vaulting up. So it's just like we're gonna be pretty uncomfortable today.
Well, one thing I remember from last year and doing this each of the last 3 years, the right as draft time starts, like I mean, right as the season's about to start, we start getting like, oh, we don't know what to do in the 15th through 20th round. I
Mhm.
remember last year I felt that way. That's why drafting in June is always a good thing. So that's why when you get a chance, get in early.
Yeah, the
Um,
the majority of our, shares or investments in best ball are typically June, July, early August drafts, and then once the sharps kind of really start hammering down, and you have the redraft crowd as well, it's just like, well, we got the shares that we wanted from somewhere, and we're just going to be a okay with it, and then take our losses on the guys that are not or something of that nature. So
right. Big Douglas is here with us. Gary, you going to get in one of these drafts with us today? It'd be really cool if you added on to the group of guys we've got going.
yeah, we don't think you've drafted yet, so that'd be cool
I
if you
don't
were
think
able to
so.
join in. Yeah.
We've got about 4 more minutes. Got 6 people in the chat or in the watching streaming right now. Not a lot. I mean, if you haven't gone and watched our preseason week 1 takeaways, you should go watch it. It'll give you a lot of insight into what happened this last week and kind of the snap counts and things like that. So you know who to kind of go with in the later rounds because you don't really see starters necessarily play more than a couple drives. And so you get to figure out who is the wide receiver 3 and who's the wide receiver 4 and the important positions at the end of these drafts. Because really the money's made at the end of the drafts. I don't like in the beginning, we all know the big names and who we like.
Mhm.
But after you get to like 120, then it's where like you really get like the best players available and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Is where you make the money.
there wasn't a lot that went wrong that we just kind of got really concerned by, but two big names that we are kind of starting to pull back on a little bit based on the situation. One is Trey Benson. He looked terrible.
Yep.
And on top of that, he had no third down snaps. They all went to Amari DiMercado. Um,
And Michael
and
Carter.
Michael Carter. There we go.
Mhm.
And they did well in that role. And so it's like if he's truly just going to be handcuffed with James Conner, even though we don't believe in James Conner being the high end RB2, we're going to have to move him down if we know that he has next to no upside with Conner on the field. So he's moved down in our rankings, and we're kind of going to pull back some shares a little bit of him. And then Kamani Vidal is an interesting one because he didn't play last week, and
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means. He has missed some practices. He's basically ran nothing with the ones all preseason, and he just warmed up and then he didn't dress. And
Yep.
so I don't know if that's a comfortable thing or if it's not. There was a report of like, oh, he could be fighting for a roster spot and versus Jarrett Patterson and Isaiah Spiller, which some of them have special teams experience, which I don't know if I buy all that because some of that is kind of panic, turning
Right.
around. But
Of
it is
course.
concerning because we drove the piss out of him.
Mhm.
And
I have a
on
lot.
top of that, JK is somebody that has come off 2 significant injuries and he's getting a lot of one reps. And so it's just kind of like, well, we can't just can have a 0% when it's just like nothing's going in the favor right now.
Right.
Hopefully we get more indication this week on that situation.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I don't expect Gus or JK to really have any kind of significant touches this preseason, but I was anticipating Kamani to get a ton to see if he was ready to take it earlier than late. So we'll just kind of see. But
I was
we're
gonna I was gonna say I think they only played 2 running backs in the game
mhm.
too, so it was a really weird rotation. I don't know what they were really going for.
All right, but we're about to hop into the lobby. At the top of the clock, when it turns 7:10, that's when we're going to hit enter. So about 15 seconds if you going on this first one.
Sorry guys. Let me get y'all set up. Actually, let's try to do 7-11 actually because I want to make sure everybody
Okay,
gets in
that's fine.
here.
Yeah, 7-11. We're doing the 200K in total prizes, $3 20 max.
Yeah,
Play
right.
action.
The play action. That way we can get going. Tyreek Hill has jumped CeeDee Lamb. I didn't realize that had happened.
Oh
And
yeah, that was another thing I forgot to mention.
wow, did not
But
know that.
it's funny because like the top four is like the only one is not really dealing with anything right now is Tyreek Hill. So,
Right.
he's by default moved in front of CD, and then Chase he was in front of the entire time, but we've been taking over Hill several times.
which is
but
still fine.
which is still
Yeah,
fine.
he's gonna
I
play
don't
week one.
anticipate any kind of issues with CD or Chase, but it is kind of concerning that it's mid-August and there's still no sight or kind of resolution in mind. But I don't anticipate either person missing. But it just kind of enhances a potential injury risk.
Right. And so we're gonna start at 7-Eleven
5 seconds.
5 seconds from now. So if you're ready to click that button so we can all get in here together. There we go. Let's enter. How many we got? Let's see. Come on. 6. So
6 out of 12.
lots of room to get everybody in here. So hopefully we can get all the everybody in the chat in that wants to draft with us. Let's see. Dustin, Brandon. Dustin's in. Perfect. Steiger, Nick. We got a few others in the chat watching with us. Hopefully, if you want to get in, let us know that you're in here with us and we can, work through your team as we go. And at the end, we can go over it. Let's see how long we got.
Still waiting on some Nick and Steiger love
I
in the
know.
chat.
They're not even here. Self on suspension. My unfortunate act.
Well,
Oh, it's all good. It happens.
Is what it is. Maybe your suspension will be lifted by the second draft because we are doing 2. So, but yeah, it looks like the draft is filled. Let's kind of let it load up and we'll see where we got. I'm hoping for somewhere kind of in the middle. We've been kind of really, like I said, at the beginning or the end, and right now with what's going on at the tail end of the draft, like the 11-12 turn is really tough.
Ready?
Yep. All right.
And Dustin's right next to us. Hey, Dustin.
Cool.
Oh, man. Okay, so 11 is interesting with the Jahmyr Gibbs injury and things like that, Puka injury. Basically, in my opinion, the top 10 are, the 10 guys you kind of want, especially if you're going to try to avoid those injuries.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just we'll make it work. Let's go see where.
Well, it shouldn't. Our first rounder, it shouldn't kind of impact us. Well, yeah, it actually might. Because like we said, Puka Nakua has jumped above Garrett Wilson and AJ Brown, and then now Gibbs hasn't fallen. Sounds like he will be monitored. He'll be out for the rest of the preseason one, but we saw him last year, the first half of the season, have a so you definitely don't want that if you're taking him at the 1-2 turn.
Right. Nick, I see you jumped in the chat right after we started. We try to, do 7-10. We did 7-11 today. Don't say players you want, so I'll beat the sniping allegations. Oh, yeah, of course, you have to be right next to us. With Addison going down, who is a Viking receiver that could get more reps, targets week 1? Well, I think Naylor's the guy that, is really coming on. He was the main target for Sam Darnold in the first game. So I'd expect him to be the guy over Brandon Powell, but if Addison's out, Brandon Powell's going to play too. So
yeah, we saw a Brandon Powell game or 2 last year as well. But yeah, Jalen Naylor sounds like the guy that's in the slot and should be kind of taking that role. And I'd anticipate if you wanted to, because we will be talking about week 1 DK lines and first looks and stuff like that. Wanting to go the Minnesota route versus the Giants, it's going to be very affordable. To get up to, obviously Justin Jefferson's one of the highest receivers, but Sam Darnold is 52. And I guarantee you, Jalen Naylor or Brandon Powell are minimum.
Probably. Yeah, 3,000. So I also want to say, without TJ Hawkinson, we've only seen one game without him, obviously, or one preseason game. Yeah. But his targets, I mean, he's a 7 target a game type of player too. So take him and now Jordan Addison out of the equation.
And then I also wanted to mention because with the TJ Hawkinson happened late in the year, and right now the depth chart has Josh Oliver, as the starting tight end, but Johnny Munt had 2 really solid games last year. What was it? 5 for 58 on 6 targets and 4 for 39 in a tug on 7 targets in his 2 game sample without Hawk, and he's 2,900 as well. So that's another guy that is worth a look, depending on kind of what we see the rest of the preseason.
Yeah, that's kind of the nice thing about how they put out like the pricing so early is we get to watch and see who actually is the starter. Because if Munt is the starter, he would have been 3,400, 3,500, not 29. So
Right.
it's a nice buffer, basically.
Yeah, and if you check out us in Discord in the DraftKings channel, I put down a couple of first thought looks that when I was up in the middle of the night, one to just kind of put pen to thoughts to paper. Puka going 9, so we're gonna definitely get
Perfect.
a first receiver that we'll be happy with. Who
We're
did?
He went Marvin Harrison.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
that's interesting. Well,
AJ Brown. We haven't done it very much.
I also like Garrett Wilson.
I do too. How about Garrett Wilson, and then we get
Let's do a Garrett Wilson.
we'll get this guy, hopefully,
That'll be cool.
if someone is scared of his injury.
Well, yeah. I guess the question I have for you, obviously, with Gibbs not making much time, or not going to miss much time, but a little, or even Jonathan Taylor in your mind.
Well, I have Jonathan Taylor, in my opinion. So if it would have been, it would have been between those two. I think Gibbs still stays at the number 4 running back. I don't want to drop him. Like,
Don't want to overreact.
yeah, it's not something I'm like worried about. He had injuries last year. So I'm not that worried about that whole thing. That guy just auto draft Gibbs.
Either way, we'll solid 1-1 start, and obviously, like I said, running backs are just getting pushed up and up and up. So it's really even hard to go zero RB now because there's just so many going in the first 4 or 5 rounds. So he did go Taylor. So we do have Gibbs if you want to go that route.
Yeah. The reason I thought it would be better to get Gibbs is because AJ Brown and Jameer Gibbs have the same bye week.
Hmm.
So that would have been, our first 2 guys going on the
Right.
same bye would have been, not fun.
Yeah, and I mean we've seen it before with at the end of the 1-2 turn, people going to Saquon and AJ Brown, but I just don't see the need to. Um, I don't want to force a double stack if I don't have to.
Right, exactly. Let's see what Dustin does here.
Oh, that's why he went.
Yeah,
Marvin.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I
Forgot about that.
actually wondered if I was gonna try to get him on this pick. Nico, okay, no problem there.
Well, you just never know because with both Puka going down and then which obviously Puka went before him, but Puka going down and then Jameer Gibbs having you know, the uncertainty now
Right.
that could vault up, Harrison to the 1-2 turn. Haven't done a ton of drafts this week. Just kind of prepping. So,
Oh, which that was weird.
but we see a AFC East, double hero RB start, and then in the Bijan shares we've done. There's been a lot of times where we've gone Devontae Adams because he's
Right.
been best receiver available.
Like Cam said though earlier, guys, the Discord is up, and we want y'all to get in there as much as possible, because we're about to start talking about everything. I know that we end our videos normally talking about this, but not everybody gets there, so it'd be really good to probably put some out there where y'all hear it. Get in the Discord. Go and get into our Prize Picks and Underdog pages. We're gonna start talking Prize Picks and Underdogs. We're shooting a video this week about season long.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna shoot videos weekly about our favorite props, but we're going to give you as much as possible in there. Also, DFS, so daily fantasy. Cam was talking about with week 1 already being up. We're going to start talking as much as possible about that stuff too, and building lineups and just constructing how we want to, and talking with y'all if y'all want to, if y'all have questions.
And then I know we've been doing a consistent Wednesday, best ball live stream, but just kind of an outlook on how we're going to be doing things during the season. There's typically going to be a video on Tuesday and Wednesdays about first looks for Showdown for Thursday night, and then the main first look. Won't be a ton of content in terms of DFS other than that. But we will put out the occasional article. We'll be doing a lot of Football Academy videos as well. And then also Sunday mornings live stream, probably going to be around 2.5, 3 hours, 8 to 11 ish.
Yeah.
Is going to be doing a ton of segments, whether that be first look. Those are my best contests that I've done before. Primetime slates, Sunday night football slate, etc. and so on. Like basically taking stabs at every single thing because there's so much that you miss out on if you just play the.
That Cam kind of has been one of the guys that he diversified himself in that, and we've been obviously doing this for a long time, so we'll send lines and stuff, and we might have the same afternoon only as our main line. So you can play them both without changing any players. It makes it a little bit easier. You restrict who you're playing to, because say I only play main and Cam plays all these things. Well, I'm not going to have the same. He's going to have a smaller pool of players that he's going.
Patrick Mahomes is the first
That's
quarterback off the
early,
board.
pretty early there.
I saw that his ADP's kind of jumped a tad, but it's still been Josh Allen for the most part. But him going there, kind of unstacked. I don't really know how he's going to be able to get. I mean, I guess if he's targeting Rasheed Rice in the fourth, but he won't fall to him in the fifth though, because
Right.
Rasheed Rice after the Marquise Brown injury. That's another thing that happened over this past week. He has a shoulder injury. He's going to be missing at least a couple weeks. So he's plummeting. Rasheed Rice has really to the top 50 almost.
Brandon said that he had a draft where only people only drafted fourth string players. I'm guessing that's some sort of sabotage. I'm not sure why that would happen otherwise. We're up here.
Let's see.
Stephon Diggs. Allen.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Ayuk or Josh Allen? Or, I mean, we could go neighbors, but I don't really want to.
Let's go with Josh Allen.
Okay.
I hated that the way that it turned up with all the receivers that went off the board, because with Ayuk, even if he is moved on and say he presumably goes to Pittsburgh, that makes him go down in our rankings. It doesn't make us more confident in that. And it also plummets the George Pickens, like we've had, we've taken a decent percentage of him as well. So, and the neighbors is somebody that we really haven't touched at all. This guy is just kind of going best available. So it's kind of right back to us.
We won't do that here.
Really, Zay Flowers is kind of the only guy that speaks to me. It's very, very uncomfortable, though. So we're going to have to get some good depth at this position.
Yeah, because he'll be our second. Gross. Okay.
Yep.
It is what it is. Let's do it. That might have been, actually, thinking back, I don't Lamar, Zay, Mark Andrews.
I mean, it was possible, but we're going to have to do
it's a little weird, but they could.
Yeah. Dusty gets sniped right after him going with Trey McBride.
Uh-huh.
But it looks like he's probably aiming for CJ Stroud at the 5'10", so hopefully. And Rasheed Rice didn't even make it to the Mahomes team, so
nice.
Yeah,
that's early, man. That is
rising,
so early.
rising, man.
McBride early too, though. Before Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta's still on the board. I don't think that Kelsey team is going to double stack or go hero, right? Oh, Kamara. I mean,
Kamara's jumping.
He's just going to stay on the board too for a little while.
And what we were saying with our Amon-Ra shares, like we really haven't been getting a ton of him. Laporta with Amon-Ra, just because Laporta was going at the 2-3 turn and St. Brown was in the middle of the third, and then the first, and then now Laporta's jumped back to where his ADP is actually at the 3-4 turn now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's much easier to do. But then that team that went with Amon-Ra obviously
already
couldn't do that
Kelsey,
when he went Kelsey.
There you go. I don't hate that. I don't love that team, but I don't hate it. It's good.
We'll see what they do. I don't know how he's going to build quarterback wise with that team.
Yeah, I'm glad we already have ours. Mm-hmm. Makes me feel a lot better. Deshaun Watson. Let's see. Nothing. I mean, truly not too much out of the ordinary for these most recent drafts with all these running backs. I mean, a lot of teams already have 2 running backs. That's pretty normal now in most drafts. Let's see. Dustin, us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That team has no running backs, so I wonder what they'll do. It's the only one.
Yeah, that's very, very different because 2 weeks ago, White and Alvin Kamara of the world going in the 4th round. It's like, I don't think about doing that anymore.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to get a running back in the first 2 rounds nowadays, and I just don't always love doing that. I feel like sometimes there's just better value going other positions.
His team's only going
Oh.
one receiver, so if they don't kind of double up, they're going to be really playing from behind. So
Okay. Well, they
that was
didn't.
somebody that I was thinking about with our
Yeah,
second pick.
that's what I was thinking too.
Just
That's
because he's if you look at our video of the guys that we can't get or we haven't gotten enough of, he is on that video because he's just kind of by default we haven't been really targeting running backs in that spot, but now it's kind of like he's the one that's not really truly rising, and we feel like he's much closer.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Anthony Richardson, no stack.
we might be able to do something cool.
I know. I'm thinking that. Oh well, nah. Dustin's gonna
We'll see.
derail. Oh,
No, he
he
needed to
did the
go
right
CJ.
thing.
So,
And
Dalton Kincaid. That's
a
fun.
beautiful stack. I'm gonna tell you who I want next later.
I know exactly who you want, but this we'll see what happens.
He's gotten a lot of receivers. He's gotten a lot of receivers.
He's in the market for another if he really wants to keep on going with it. But that is fun that Kincaid did fall to us at the 5'11. You don't really see it that often. And like we said, Josh Allen stacks, we haven't really gotten a ton of Kincaid, even though he's one of our most exposed tight ends.
Right.
It's mainly just
With
because we
him.
would have had to reach on it. And it's just like, I don't want to force something that I don't have to do.
Well, yeah, he was the 52, so we got him at 59. So I guess we just got to look.
About to get lucky again.
That's the plan.
But he is the best available player, so
He
that's going to
does.
be interesting.
Yeah. And he always picks. This guy's been picking the best available. I think Mixon was the best available in that last.
Other
pick.
than him going Taylor over Gibbs, which I guess over time that I could see that, but that's really the only one that he didn't, and he auto drafts. It's fun.
Well,
it's okay. He's getting fat.
I mean, we need more Calvin Ridley. He's on our video.
Yeah, I don't mind going Calvin here. Yeah, it was either him or Godwin as well. Didn't see much of him, or he didn't play at all in preseason week 1. But the fact that the other guys that are vying for 3 receiver set spots weren't playing in the slot at all bodes well with what they've been saying, which is Chris Godwin is back to the slot, and that's where he was getting the most of his, hoopla back in the day.
Dustin goes Kyle Pitts, gets his tight end after getting his quarter.
Your start
goes a little bit different.
We're going to be fighting for some running backs, but I do like your start.
Set up for big tournaments like this.
I guess one of the debatable things was, with the presumed trade of Ayuk, Kittle is probably going to jump above Pitts in our eyes. And so basically a Pitts versus a Kittle is a very interesting debate. And so, that's the only thing that it's not even a bad thing because we do like Pitts and we do have shares of him, but just when they're both available, who are you going to go with in that regard?
Just goes offense because Kyle Shanahan is the, running it. So that makes all the difference to me. There goes Kittle. I wonder, okay, so we got a stack here. Jalen and Devontae, no stack. No quarterback. Marquise Brown stack with Patrick Mahomes.
Which I'm not sure why he went with him over Worthy.
Maybe he's just hoping he comes back around.
Maybe, but I mean, I feel like it would have been much more clear that Brown was going to fall to the 7th.
Fair enough. Kyler with nobody.
Dusty's the only double stack right now.
Doubled.
We got a single.
We could double though. No, we have a lot of room. So
we're gonna, but yeah, and plenty of options as well. Hopefully, when we come around.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my scrolling right. Let's see. We got 12 in the chat right now. That's awesome. Love to see that. We got 7 likes. Love it if y'all would like. That helps us, get our videos out to everybody. We're still very small, so we're trying to get as many videos out as possible. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're growing. We talk a lot about this, but like we enjoy doing this for fun and with buddies and everything, and growing this community and seeing other people's perspectives on weekly things and all that stuff, how they present fantasy, what they do is just really exciting for us. See what this Kittle team does.
And then another thing I remember, if y'all remember last week that tuned in, how we went with the Jake Ferguson and then got fortunate to Dak Prescott coming on the turn and falling way past ADP. He's actually dropped below Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow on DraftKings. In this draft, actually, he just won before Joe Burrow. But yeah, that's another one worth noting because I feel like his play style kind of suits DraftKings pretty well.
Right.
And Jalen Warren, that's something worth noting as well.
So he didn't go Xavier Worthy, and Xavier
No,
Worthy's still on the board.
yeah, he's
That's
stupid.
crazy. He went
Dusty's got some fun decisions though.
too.
He
Honestly,
won't ruin our smile. And again, this is kind of was a pretty good range two before. Now it's just like it's Najee and that's it.
he went
Which
Najee.
he went Najee. So
Right move.
that's kind of why we're starting to kind of draft more um I guess running backs earlier just because of this very thing. And we're gonna have to build a lot of depth at the position. So
Yep. So John,
yeah, I gotta go Keon with the to make it a double and then just kind of cross your finger. I don't even know what you want to do with the next one.
I don't know. I'm not
Who's the best
loving.
running backs available?
It's not pretty. Chase Brown.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'd have to go Chase Brown here if we wanted to take him. Um, we don't have to. There's also some really good receivers, so we can wait a while if we wanted to take one of those guys.
Right. Xavier Worthy's actually should be climbing, and apparently
He's
he's just not going to in this draft. We're gonna be able to get him
wow.
at the 86. He's ranked 70th.
He went 16 spots below ADP, and he actually should be rising.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I'm gonna just
it's pretty
start.
solid.
Wow.
That worked out. Awesome. So yeah, we're probably good on receiver for a little while.
5
Just
receivers
going
at this
five,
point.
but running back, we're gonna have to hammer.
Yeah. Some
See what
guys.
Dusty does.
There's a lot of
He needs
guys that are
another
pretty
receiver
good.
as well at this spot.
Probably wishes he had Xavier Worthy.
Well, I mean,
The
there's no guarantee that Najee was going to make it back to him because I bet you
Right.
if Najee was there, he would have been one of our 2 picks.
Well, I also want to say, 4
Tony Pollard.
straight, yeah, 4 straight rookie receivers. That's always a fun look right there between us and the guy after us.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is really starting to rise as well. He had a great debut, 1 drop, 1 score, rushing touchdown. So he's jumped into the top 100, and here he even went. What was that? 87th.
88. Yep.
So 88th.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty solid. Yeah. JSN still has.
he's risen as well. He's kind of right where he should be going now. 8th.
What's our rank on him?
But we've gotten a ton of shares of him.
It's almost.
And
not.
it was also interesting. He's another player of note that he played a lot of snaps.
Yeah, it was weird
with the 1s and the 2s in preseason, and maybe that's because he's trying to work on his 2 receiver set game. I don't know, but we don't know whether that's a good or bad thing. We'll that's kind of like a to be determined.
Yeah, he played in some 12 personnel because he's a slot receiver. They put him in 12 personnel. He was out wide, which is good to see, giving him some flexibility. But I just don't know what happens when he's with the 1s, if that's what they're going to do or why he was actually in the game for 22 out of 24 of the starter plays. So we'll just have to see what happens from here. Caleb Williams goes in the top 100.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have him right at that edge, like in the late 90s in our overall ranking, and we have a ton of him as a QB2. Like him a lot. Would have been cool to stack if we got Keenan, but actually, the guy right after us that took Keenan and Rome back to back, he's probably disappointed that he didn't go with him right there because he has 0 quarterbacks, 0 tight ends, and so he's going to be fishing.
Yeah. Oh, there goes Chase Brown.
It's okay. I have another guy in mind that we're kind of higher on consensus than that should be there.
We're going to hope. Devin Singletary, he's been rising. That was someone we had to talk about before the show.
A lot of that with Tyron Tracy, he gets carted off on a kickoff situation. Sounds like it's just like an ankle sprain. But regardless, he had a really strong first preseason game, and then Eric Gray because he had the 2 touchdowns, but Devin Singletary has no competition, and so he killed it to end the season last year when he stole the job from Dameon Pierce, so it's kind of warranted where he's going right now.
Yep, and then if you look, Javonte Williams goes, the guy that I was thinking about for sure. We're gonna have to hammer some running backs. I'm not really sure. I know who's there.
I have a good idea to double down. if you want. We'll see what happens though. This team before Dusty is definitely going to take one, or they should at least.
Yeah, only having one running back. Let's see who they go with. Did they stack either of these guys?
Yeah, he went with Trey McBride.
And Trey McBride.
Okay. He's doing something correct.
KJ.
All right. So, interest.
That's scary.
Well, we don't even have to worry about that decision. So the first guy I thought of was Brian Robinson Jr. And you figure it out and see where the board would fall from there. Also didn't expect to almost get Brock Bowers, but as much as we love him, we didn't need him in this build.
Solid too, He's still a top.
So with this next pick, are you wanting to do another running back, or you wanting to do best available? What are your thoughts?
We will have to see. I'm expecting to want to do running back, but I'm
expecting him to at least take Njoku, and then I have no idea what he'll do with the other one.
Yeah,
because he basically needs everything but receiver.
Kind of like us.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, so he goes Njoku. I bet he will be going.
He's going to go Austin Eckler. Yeah. It's not Zach Moss. That's all I say. It's not Zach Moss. Oh, come on, man. The whole. See. 16 in the chat. Wow, that's awesome. Okay.
So
we're going to need some strong.
Jonathan Brooks comes to mind. I know that's kind of a later in the year pick, but we could maybe kind of handcuff him with Chuba Hubbard and maybe kind of
that's fair.
Even that gap up a little bit. He should be available in the next turn.
What do you want to do? Because we have like 5 seconds.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to touch Austin Eckler with the 10-foot pole.
But we Brian Robinson.
I don't care.
So if Brian Robinson gets injured, you don't think that Eckler's the guy that?
Listen,
I'm just asking.
You are absolutely correct, but I just still don't want any part of him.
That's fine. I don't really love him either. Jerome Ford. Okay.
All right. Dusty's really going to need to hammer some receivers, but he did a solid job with this kind of getting some running back depth after kind of avoiding the position for a while.
Jalen Polk at the 10-5. All right, boys and girls. That is nuts.
It's, spicy.
And he's not even going to be the best receiver on his own team. Tough. Oh, man.
Interesting.
Okay. I think Josh Palmer would have. Jahan Dotson. I love that.
That was a guy that is rising in our rankings. He took a lot of slot snaps in our first in the first preseason game. He's somebody that we kind of talked up a little bit. We jumped him up in our rankings, and he's rising for a good reason.
Yep. He without Curtis Samuel there, it makes a lot of sense for him to move to the slot. De'Ami Brown's always been an outside receiver, but the cool thing about what happened was when they were in 12 personnel, Dotson took over for Brown on the outside. So we'd expect a very high snap count. He's not coming out on, that 2 tight end sets. He's going to be in there.
I wonder if he has a season-long prop.
I don't know.
Because last year I think I tried. No, I did a Terry McLaurin one that went. But if he was somewhere around 500 yards, I would probably smash that.
Yeah, very excited about that number.
Oh, they have college.
Let's go. Way. Okay.
I did good on my college one last year.
Yeah.
I think I went 5 for 6.
We'll have to make a line. When's the
Jahan
first college
Dotson
game?
his line is 549 receiving yards and 4.
Interesting. I think that's an over.
I think it is, but it's not as comfortable.
No,
or it's not because again, when we're going to be talking about in our season-long props, we're
518 last year. He had 4 touchdowns, and he had a
basically that's exactly what his line is,
and he had a floor year to me, in my opinion, last year. So I don't know. Seems like a reasonable line.
Something worth a second look at least.
Yeah, and
Jacoby Myers had a great first preseason game as well. He played a lot of slot snaps. It's just another piece of the Raiders' offense, and that's kind of a little uncomfortable.
But he's good at football. He is good at football. I actually really loved our offense. It was really weird because I was expecting to love our defense and hate our offense, and I was like, "Whoa, we're not terrible on offense. Like we've got some good players. Jacoby Myers is just making everything work. You've got Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, who is really good, playing most of the blocking snaps at tight end. Uh, Trey Tucker, who's a speedster. I felt a lot better than I expected to about it.
Yeah, we might because these look pretty nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Likely. Wow.
Jesus. He's probably just throwing it at this point.
It's craziness. But okay. Do you?
Go off.
Glad you're so close to us.
Right before
Ooh.
Dusty. I know where Dusty's going. Maybe.
What are we
No.
doing though?
I actually have no idea now. Another thing to
That
note is
guy.
Zeke has now been surpassed by Rico Dowdle. I don't
Yeah.
really agree with that, but he's really rising right now. So
Are we going Zeke?
I kind of don't want to.
But I kind of think we have to. Unless you want to go like, who do you want to go? We have like 5 seconds.
Well, you didn't really scroll down past the first little bit.
Buddy down
We'll
there.
just go Zeke.
JK maybe. It's tough range. I can move down, but like you're not going to get happier. I promise.
Yeah, I guess Chuba.
But here
I don't even know if he could make it back to us. That would be cool.
we could go Rico.
We could go Rico and just stack the Cowboys' presumable backfield, and then they can break our hearts and trade for a running back.
Yeah, Khalil Herbert. We'll just get Khalil Herbert also.
That would actually be awesome.
We'll get him later.
Shoot. We've been getting a ton of him. Oh, well, he goes 2 rounds early.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, I guess go ahead and go Rico. And we are done at running back for a good while.
We'll need a backup tight end.
But because we went both and more so because of Josh Allen, we didn't need a high-quality backup.
Right. Absolutely.
So
we just need a solid matchup in week 12.
Tight end 2. I'm not sure who somebody that we've kind of avoided, but if you got an elite tight end,
worry as much.
You need 4 or 5 weeks, man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
especially if he comes back healthy and good, like you're very happy with your tight end room between the two of those guys.
AD Mitchell's jumping up, Josh down. He kind of was dropping, and then now he's kind of going back to where he even started, which was like around the 11th, 12th round. Rashad Bateman in the 12th, and that wasn't the team that overdrafted the other two guys.
Okay, interesting. Trey Benson's really late.
Is plummeted again. We talked about that before the video started. He just looked pretty bad, and then he didn't have any passing down or third down roll. So it's just like there's no role with James Conner healthy, including James Conner in your build.
Yeah, and I just want to ask the chat who will want to draft in this next draft with us. Of course, Dustin's in here now. Brandon, you are unsuspended post this draft, so you should get in here. Nick, obviously you are late, so hopefully you can make it to this next one. I haven't seen Stagger, which is actually kind of funny.
Oh.
Nope.
Yep.
Cameron. It wasn't
like one way when I should have done another.
So we'll have to see if anybody wants to hop in this next draft with us and get to drafting. Jalen Wright, the guy that I think is going to fall into random touches on a team that's perfect for him. It's going to be really annoying.
Yeah, it'd be a lot better if you have Devon Achane or Raheem Mostert. I feel a lot better about drafting Jalen Wright.
Right. Fired. Yeah, first intern. See you later. I can't wait till he comes in here. I'm gonna get on him. No one said first today. It was a whole thing, guys. I don't know what y'all are doing today.
Slacking.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There goes
big run on tight ends right there. So really there's none left. So we might have to do a three builder.
That's okay.
If I remember correctly, I think Bijan went 6, so he just got sniped for a Algier handcuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think anything weird happened in the first round except for I guess, Puka.
Yeah, Puka not falling.
Yeah, going to at his normal ADP prior to injury. Dontavian Wicks.
One play, one touchdown.
You should have. He had a really nice catch in camp today too, where he snagged a ball over somebody. He's a player. It's just a really muddy
Very
situation.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just depth of wide receiver that is all kind of going together.
Xavier. I'm probably more comfortable with Dontavian Wicks though. Dusty moving through it. Let's go see. Quarterbacks. We can find our backup. We can't pick A-Rod.
At this point, we kind of gotta take our shot on
this guy
quarterback.
Which one do you want? I mean, we got the fall. So that's good. We're running out of time. Do you rather?
I guess
yeah, I'm more comfortable with Stafford.
Either way, it's not stacked at the moment, but maybe we can get a Demarcus Robinson to fall the following turn.
Right. At this next pick,
but we're about to get really weird really fast. Tell you what. Let's see.
This is weird for sure. Adam Thielen.
Michael Wilson's having an incredible camp right now, and he's jumped all the way to the top 155 now.
I'm okay with getting to him here.
That's fine.
Wandale.
I would start Wilson, and I guess unless somebody else convinces you, that's kind of where I was thinking about going. Tight end wise, I don't even know what we would do here, so we're just gonna have to double up later.
This is tough, man. Tough. That's a guy like
that trio of guys right there. We're drafting a ton in the last few drafts, so we'll just kind of see what happens.
DJ Shark moving up boards.
Benson Knott is moving kind of up after moving down, but he had a great game statistically, but he ran 0 snaps with the ones, and so we actually moved him down in our rankings because of that.
Matters more. Khalil Herbert. Dustin.
Ben's not. Speak of the devil.
He was Ben Sinnott was our number 2 tight end out of this class. It's just he's just got to have opportunities, and it's just not really there right now.
Yeah, John Bates was running all with the ones, and then Zach Ertz came in, and he's got history with Cliff Kingsbury. So
any 12 personnel, Zach Ertz was in. Sinnott was on the sidelines until like the 3rd drive or something.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice, impressive catch and run though. Like that was one of the highlight plays of the weekend, but it's tough to. We need a tight end too
next year.
Yeah,
next year. Yeah,
we'll see where he's at next year.
Yeah, because I don't think Zach Ertz will be there. I think they'll realize John Bates is not better than him, and so he'll probably be the starter with the 2nd-year Jaden Daniels. Not bad. It wouldn't be a bad situation to be in.
That first half of the draft has just been going wild on tight ends of late.
Let's go see the number 2, 4, 5, 2.
3 quarterback build already.
That's fun. And it went Baker. Okay.
Lawrence Mayfield. Who's the other one?
Jalen.
Yeah, you don't need to go 3 quarterbacks when you have Jalen Hurts. Wasteful. The middle 2 guys have the same exact build right now. 1-4-7-2.
This guy has Kyler, Jaden, and Kurt. That's just not worth it, guys.
It's wasteful.
We have the same build guy next to us, and Dustin. Basically, he has an extra tight end.
Yeah. Well, we would have went tight end if we, had a shot. But tight ends, at least tight end 2s, kind of went pretty early in this draft.
Right. Let's see. Tyron Tracy, confidence. Understand.
There goes to Marcus.
What happened? Right. Is that who you were thinking about?
Well, just
we got
to build
Matt
with
Stafford.
Matt.
Yeah.
Because at this point, like, what are we going to build him with Jordan Whittington?
No. Yeah. I don't think that's the
I think that was the first 2 quarterbacks that team took. If I remember correctly. Well, no. I think the team was the one that had 1 quarterback.
Yeah.
5th and
6th. Yeah. Let's see if they Jermaine Burton, which is surprising because
Cevis is running all the snaps with the ones right now.
Jermaine Burton was the 7th receiver in, guys.
And that was without Jamar Chase playing.
Watch your mouth, Mr. Klinger, respectfully. I can't tell. I don't know what to, Dustin, but you'll have to explain. I think it's just a little early. Oh, he got sniped. Oh. Dustin just got sniped.
I'm telling you.
Oh.
And look at Tolbert going up too.
Pain, Dustin. 15. Yeah, we have a ton of him. We got him in the 20th round over and over. Dustin, you just have to pivot,
He's gonna
buddy.
let that clock drain right now.
Pivot, bud.
Okay, so um,
I
we
want
might have to go with a Hunter Henry here,
yeah. And
and then
then
best available player. I mean,
yeah.
there's several guys that we've gotten a lot of shares of that we can take here.
Um
What else do you think?
well, if we do what I expect us to do, we might have to stack New England,
Hmm.
which would be interesting because I'm not sure who the true I didn't pick the player. Should probably do that. Who the true quarterback's going to be. It's a
Yeah,
situation. We do have an auto drafter, so we'll know what he's going to do.
that's why that kind of jumped to us so fast.
Wasn't the Dortch? Oh, did Dustin say anything about Dortch? My whole plan destroyed. Draft Tom Brady, be a man. Yep. All right, Vic. We will do that for you. Who does he play for again? Doesn't he? He plays for. Was it Fox now? Is he on Fox?
Yeah, he took Greg Olson's job, even though he's really great at what he does. It
Let's
was funny
see.
though. I was looking at because
Ooh,
we moved up Sam Darnold into our top 25.
so we're up. We're good.
Uh,
We have a lot to talk about after this. Though. It's
Douglas Vidal. What do you want to do?
that guy.
Okay,
Truly.
sure.
Uh,
All right,
yeah.
cool.
All right. Yeah, Vic.
But yeah, so
sorry.
to finish my thought real quick, we were looking at where Sam Darnold's ADPs were because we moved him into our top 25 after the McCarthy news. And guess who's QB 26 on ESPN? Mr. Tom Brady.
There's 32 teams.
Yeah,
How is that
exactly.
possible?
Exactly. So I thought that made me chuckle a little bit.
Rest in peace, Greg. Oh, Dortch. Rest in peace, Vidal. No, there's no rest in peace, Vidal. We just have 50% of him, and I don't think we need any more.
I mean, he's still on the board, so we'll just kind of see.
I love the Ray Davis pick, Dustin. At this point, you could have got Rojo, I guess that would have, but both of those guys, Ray Davis is a backup. Rojo might get some touches, so
yeah, there's also reports that James Cook is having trouble holding on to the football in camp right now. So if ball security is his issue and he's already not a goal line threat, then Ray Davis can probably get more touches than one would have thought.
Vic, I'm gonna be honest. The Vikings aren't last. I know your favorite team is the Patriots, and they're gonna be the first overall pick next year. It just is what it
Maybe
is.
he's staying fourth in the North.
Well, either way, I just want to make sure he realizes that the Patriots are last in the whole NFL.
Here goes Kamani right there. Chico Conco's not having a great camp, and he didn't play a lot of snaps with the ones, or as much as I think it was 8 out of 14.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
So,
He's just not he can't block, so he's only in on passing downs. And that gives away not only what he's going to do, but also they don't just run passes on passing downs.
yeah,
So
we're gonna have some first shares of a lot of guys because we got Jordan Mason going in the 16th,
tough.
and
Lots of guys getting pushed up.
After the 15th round, it's basically a brand new board at this point because most of the guys that we were targeting have vaulted up to where we can't pick them, and then there's not a lot that we really have fallen in love with on the other end of that.
Yeah, whoever this guy is, Justin, he's not making me happy either. He's pissing me off too, bud. I get it. I don't think Rojo was ever getting back to you, though. I'll just be very honest.
Yeah.
Not in a draft where every running back is being taken this early. We do have the New England. There's the Io Sivas. He was probably a guy we were thinking about. There's Sam Darnold. Had a baby.
Let him rise.
Top 200.
Where do you think he'll actually end up after it's kind of settled down a little bit? Will he crack the top, the Geno Smith, Derek Carr territory, or will he kind of stay back where Daniel Jones and Bryce Young are?
Funny enough, my thought was 182, and so that's like right in the middle of those two. So
basically, that entire round that nobody took a quarterback.
That's where he'll be, right in the middle of that. Let's see what Dustin. Oh, actually, let's see who Dustin gets sniped.
Yeah. Name another Arizona player.
Yeah. Not Juwan Johnson.
He wasn't picking that guy.
Let's go see. DJ Shark's still on the board.
He's been running a lot of 3 receiver sets.
Yeah, he's starting. So we didn't go with him with his quarterback though. I was thinking we did. How about that guy?
No, I'd rather not.
I don't hate DJ Shark. So if it auto
Jesus Hill.
picks,
I'm
yeah,
just trying to think ahead because, like I said, there's a lot of guys that we have not touched
I think
that
we're
are going
probably
this
gonna get
range.
DJ because
Okay,
it's about to run out of time.
that's fine.
I don't hate it.
Well, then we should
Um,
have went Justin Herbert,
yeah. Well, we thought Marcus Robinson might be there.
maybe.
See who's next. Bo Nix. Great. First impressions from this last game looked really good. So I can understand why he's climbing. Mike Gesicki. Okay.
Are we going to need a third tight end?
No.
No, you think we'll be good?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Star Hill, and then just kind of see if you want to convince yourself if Kendra Miller is
Well, did we have a
better
second
than him.
quarterback?
Yeah, we took
Did we? Okay, good. As long as we have one, I don't
that
care.
one guy. Oh yeah,
Oh,
we took
Matt
Stafford.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Justice Hill's fine.
Yeah.
I'm more
Like Kendra
comfortable.
Miller, another guy that early on we were getting a ton of, and he has
I'm
plummeted
on the
because he
clock.
got hurt again.
Well, another thing too is we're not as high on Derrick Henry, so his backup could, take some of those reps, and that's what we'd be hoping for a little bit. And Justice Hill is the receiving back. So Jalen Hyatt and
I
Dodrick
like it.
Estime. All right. All right.
Really love the estimate pick. Obviously, for obvious reasons. We one of our most exposed guys.
Did he get Javante?
No, I think Javante went in the middle somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. Uh,
Tank Bigsby.
Eric Gray.
Yep. Climbing.
Officially in the puke territory. Let's wrap this up. We got a couple more to go, but we'll be getting in another draft. I'd probably say around 8:05 will be our target time.
Yeah.
But we'll do the countdown when we go.
Hey Vic, come get in a draft with us, bud. We'd love to draft with you. Steiger, you too.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick.
You owe us since you were an hour late.
Yeah. And Nick, you're here, right? So come on. Come on. Come draft with us.
Let's just take over the lobby.
I need to change our time from 7:10 to 7:12, and Nick will get in every draft. He just needs 2 extra minutes.
I even sent him a text too. That's crazy. It's okay.
Well, Shipley's been really having a really good camp, but he is still running with the threes behind Kenneth Gainwell. Troy Franklin is the seventh wide receiver in right now. Javon Baker, who got picked earlier, seventh wide receiver in.
This late though.
Oh yeah, I like getting rookies at this point. Give the upside. No can do. Literally moving. Not a good enough excuse.
Sounds like somebody doesn't know how to multitask.
Dustin, who are you targeting since we are
who's
behind you anyways? So yeah, who are your guys? Jamal Williams. Okay. Addison is the number 2 over Dylan Lobb. So I know that Dylan Lobb has had good camp, but Addison was the guy that came in as the receiving back.
Guy in.
He was on every third down that mattered. 3 for 3 with the starters on receiving plays or on passing plays. Deontay Foreman. I haven't gotten any of him. Just really not comfortable.
Why or the need would be. Greg Dulcich apparently having a good camp. He had a really strong rookie stretch during his rookie season, and he's had back-to-back years with injuries.
Gary, get in a draft with us. You're here, and I know you put your baby down. So come on. Where's my chicken? We're not arguing about chicken in this chat. We have another chat for that.
Yeah, we have a first intern that's wing of choice is Hawaiian, apparently.
Oh my gosh, the flavor of choice is Hawaiian. Has anybody ever heard of that? Like honestly, oh, it's crazy.
I don't even know if Hawaiians agree with that.
Zach Ertz over John
Jordan Whittington.
Okay. Zay, yeah, you said you were gonna go Zay. You did. All right. Well, we didn't really say who we were gonna go. Luke McCaffrey still being there is crazy to me. We could get the double stack.
I don't want to. I would say Alexander Madison is probably a good bet here. Probably needed one more running back. I forgot how many we had, but
I'll tell you right now. 6. Yeah, we definitely do.
Definitely needed one, maybe even 2, but I don't know what the last one would be.
No.
it's some fullbacks and free agents. That's slim
Tough.
pickings.
Craig Reynolds is the third string for that team. We have the starter. No, just kidding. Don't do that.
Don't even.
Um, this is tough.
Yeah, might as well just
Josh Reynolds,
go with another.
Ray, or
For shits and giggles, is no. For shits and giggles, is there a relevant tight end at the top?
Jatavian.
Tavion.
Not terrible, but I'm probably gonna say we go Luke McCaffrey
that's
and
fine.
be happy with our lives.
Another fun thing is, you know, a lot of people have been trying to convince like the draft boards, and he was getting drafted high, and he was the third tight end in the game, or fourth. I'm sorry, yeah, the fourth tight end in the game,
and he got picked. He just got picked.
Yeah,
and still Jatavian from you.
He said, "Thank God."
Yeah, how many tight ends do you have, Dustin? 2, 3. You have tight ends. So
Solid.
and Pitts plus Brock. I don't think you needed one. I know that down here though it doesn't necessarily matter.
very,
you just
very
pick your favorite player. Theo Johnson goes before us. I mean, that's even more uncomfortable. I don't know what the heck's going there. Carson Wentz, the backup in KC. Okay.
I really
Keeps a stack with team.
Oh, okay.
So at least you got the backup for Mahomes. I'm loving it.
I really don't mind if you're because Justin Fields really has risen up. I mean, he was in the 15th round of this draft, so
yeah,
he's not for sure going to be the starter. So it's like if I'm picking Justin Fields and I need a third quarterback, Russell Wilson, I think, is a really solid option.
Fair. Yeah. I think that, you know, the best part of this draft is just seeing who people are trying to scrounge for at the bottom of it, because it is not pretty. I mean, Justin Watson is probably the sixth receiver on that team right now. Mm-hmm. So can't triple task. Oh, I'm working and watching. Mm. So you're not working hard enough.
I guess so.
But like I don't even like Casey Washington, not a single stat last year. It must be a rookie, right? Got to be a rookie. I don't even know who that is. And I did the scouting. So that's pretty tough. Like he must have been a really, really low.
Let me go back to their game log in week 1. Yeah, 3 for 27.
Where's he from?
He is from Illinois.
I think he could be the starter over Ray, I guess.
Sure.
Deal. Yes. Very good.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with both of ours and Dustin's starts, though. I thought they were pretty solid. Dustin got the double stack, which is cool. We got the stack with Dalton Kincaid and then Keon Coleman. But otherwise, really solid
we
players.
were the only ones, at least early on, that had double stacks. Maybe somebody got a late round piece.
Right.
Even looking up, but
no.
Yeah, pretty solid draft.
Yeah.
It's just slim pickings at the very end now, so it's hard to even justify or judge how that goes.
Okay, so we're about to do another one. Cam said, "Ado, I hope you didn't start."
Yeah, please don't start yet.
Let me get there, guys, and then if I can get best ball to click. What is happening? This T-Mobile thing is messing everything up. All right, let's see. $3 play action. We're gonna do the 200,000 again. Let me get in there and start at 8:06. I don't know when that is, Cam.
Might as well make it 8:07.
8:07.
10 seconds.
All right, we're gonna start at 8:07. I'm gonna mess up.
How do you have 167 messages?
Me?
Yeah.
Because
you're just in.
I actually only have 5 messages, but I just haven't opened them on there. Yeah. That is my Mac, and it is connected to my phone, so Cam can see everything that I'm doing over here.
Everything.
Not
every crevice.
8:07, right?
Yeah, 8:07.
Okay.
45 seconds.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was actually a pretty solid draft. I give it like a B plus probably. Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't like get any crazy value, but like we followed all the rules. Normally following the rules should be a B. And then finding value, getting extra things. We obviously messed up a little bit on the Matthew Stafford over Justin Herbert thing because we couldn't get Demarcus Robinson, but things like that. But I think a B plus is solid. And let me ask the group: is it who's all going to be in this draft with us? My grade F, reason lack of. I'd love to see some people in this draft. I know
All
that
right.
Steiger's
Let's get
moving.
ready.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Let's see. Well, we're 12 for 12, so
Shit.
that's unfortunate.
Son of a biscuit. I hope you all,
Started before us.
yeah, which was very unlikely, but
Yeah,
we're gonna figure it
I
out.
was right on time. Dang, dang, dang. We needed like 10 seconds. Oh, tough. My grade F, lack of Dortch. I mean, you should have picked him in the third round, is what he should have done. Truly. That would have changed everything.
All right. What's the damage this time?
Oh, we're
Run
not.
it back again.
Oh,
Uh,
9. I don't love it. We need
I still
one.
don't.
We
Yeah.
need one person to fall, basically at
What?
9.
Who are the other users?
Oh yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see if
true, true.
we got any recognizable names.
Tampa Brady. Why does that look like Gary? Gary, are you in here with us? Is that you, Tampa Brady? No, I don't see anybody I know.
Yeah. If you are though, let us know.
Yeah, we'd really appreciate y'all letting us know. We'll talk y'all. I mean, hopefully you're on the opposite side of the draft, so we can be like, hey, that was a great pick. Do this, and be like, trying to help. When you're right next to us, it's a little bit harder to be able to do that, especially because we don't know what's going to happen right before you, anyways. It does look like you, Gary. Not gonna lie. Don't say you. Tell me that doesn't look exactly like you.
From a distance, yeah.
Yeah. 50 seconds before we get going. I just want something crazy to happen.
I want chaos.
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
can just not even worry about what we did the final 5 rounds of this draft.
Right.
But we're gonna at least need to feel very good about our start. We're gonna need, somebody to fall to us at 9. It's probably Brees Hall.
I want the whole draft to be using ESPN rankings.
Yeah,
And then we'll be great.
That would be
We'll
sick.
kill it.
But at the same time, we can't discount the possibility of like a Gibbs or a Puka falling to, what are we, 16?
Yeah.
I don't know if because we went Garrett Wilson over AJ Brown last time, if it's between those two again, or you wanted to just ride it out. Did you want to go the other way this time? What are you thinking?
We could go the other way. That'll also help make us it'll depend on what we do in the second round too. Like kind of like shaping up the whole draft. I think we could do the AJ Brown though. I'm hoping someone falls to us. That's the true.
That'd be ideal.
But yeah. The top 8 are really the guys, there's a tier break basically after 8. 9 and 10 are in their own tier kind of, and because they're not injured, and then it's the next after that.
So auto drafts, probably CMC.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Okay. Like we said, he's vaulted above CD Lamb because he's the only guy in the top 4 without any kind of issue at the moment.
Contract related, luckily, no injury.
But he's
issues,
30.
So.
You just never know.
I
CMC, it was an age thing. It was a Madden thing. It was just being a consensus and being a different thing. And right now he's got a calf strain, and that's going to linger. And we'll just kind of see what happens with him.
Right. There's CMC. Tampa Brady.
Back-to-back auto drafters.
Yep. Gary doesn't like the name Tampa Brady one bit, but right now he's, what is it, like Lambo Love?
Lambo Love.
That's what your name should be this year, Gary.
Where's some good Packer puns?
I don't have any good ones.
I haven't come to my my fantasy name this year.
Right. Well, last year my name worked out perfectly with all my players, which was cool, but that just doesn't always happen. We're Jamar Chase. We're just cool.
No,
we're just not 6.
I'm not even.
I'm so sad. No, I know, but I'm sad because we're not at 6 right now. Getting Jamar Chase at a discount. There he goes. Auto drafter.
And this is
Oh my gosh.
here we go. We're back. Well, this would be a really cool because remember how I was like this one guy, he always falls to pick before me, but it never
That's not gonna
it's
happen.
not gonna happen, but it would be really
It's not
nice if
gonna
it could actually
happen.
happen.
It's not. They both have the same bye week. I did not realize that.
Oh, I did.
I didn't think about that. That means like everybody will have like everybody with a hero RB strategy
We're
will
gonna
have a
get
12
auto
12.
drafters. Boo.
Brace it is. I love that though. I mean,
That's fine, but
this
boo for there
Brees is
being 5 auto drafters in the first 8 picks.
Brees is about to make us $1 million or $200,000, I guess, which will be fun. Dustin, I didn't know you were drafting in this draft. I didn't know you were at the 7th overall pick.
That's fun.
Kicker, I hardly know her. Yeah, you got to change it up. Perk Rogers is not going to work. You have to do something completely different. Another auto drafter. What is happening?
Well, that one was actually like he was having a tough decision.
Between AJ and
Yeah.
he was probably hoping Brees fell to him, which I think I would have too.
Sorry about that, buddy. We're Jets fans apparently in this stream today.
I'm a Jets fan this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should see my 2024.
It's so uncomfortable.
I'm not as uncomfortable. I think I'm
Back-to-back running backs to start.
It's not.
I bet you Gibbs falls, but I don't think we have to do that. I'm just saying that there's a good possibility.
I would be very excited to do a robust strategy with Brees Hall and Jahmyr Gibbs. You know,
so that'd be interesting.
I've never.
I don't even know who the
close.
best available would be other than that, but it looks like we can go that way if you want to.
I do because I think it'll be
because I hate everything else.
So different, yeah. It'll be so different than anything we've done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because no one is getting.
I think we did this one time, but
with Jahmyr Gibbs and Brees Hall.
Yeah, I think so.
What?
We did it one time, but
was I there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had the clicker.
No, not me. Debo, see it.
All right. Well, let's just trying to.
I think they're gonna pick Travis Etienne. Cooper Kupp. Okay.
Now with the Puka injury, so
even better. Even better.
But one of the kind of sneaky fun games to stack is Arizona and the Rams.
There goes Kyron though.
That's what I would have done.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
If I was someone Harrison.
Or Cooper Kupp if he was still there, I guess.
Yeah. He just kind of was like, no, I want Derrick Henry.
Well, it looks like we're going with the brand new strategy that everybody's doing, where we go multiple running backs in the first 4 rounds.
We'll see. Hopefully we can snipe some receivers from pick 12.
Got 10 people in the chat and I need some action, guys. What do we want to talk about? We're having a great draft over here. I mean, look at this thing. You got Marvin Harrison going at the 7 pick before Bijan, Brees Hall, AJ. Oh, golly. And then coming back around, you get Derrick Henry in the middle of the 2nd, and that's a little scary. I actually really like the team right before that, though. Chase falls to them, and then they get Kyron, who we have as one of the higher running backs on the board.
Yeah, and then, Amon-Ra and which back-to-back drafts, he went 4th overall. But him and Debo is a really fun, week 17 stack correlation. If you wanted to do that, he got picked one before.
You can go Ayuk though on this next
Nico fell to
3-4,
23, which is interesting.
I have not heard back from support about kickers yet. No, sorry. Actually, I think I proposed we take kickers out of our league, right? So I'm that guy.
Ooh, Josh Jacobs going very, very early in this one. So really good thing that we did running back.
If we do go like true robust. Wait, got to those showdowns? Oh, yes. Go kicker in the showdowns for sure. I propose leaving the league, but no one
through. There's nothing in it for me anymore.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, and
I'd say
showdowns
Pacheco going there.
showdowns for preseason, actually, kickers and defenses for showdowns for preseason are the move because we have seen so many games that have scored under 30 points.
Mhm.
Um, so definitely like Dallas, Dallas and the
4 field goals
Rams
by
for
Brendan Arbery.
and 4 interceptions
Yep.
by the defense. So just stacking those two this
You
last
could have
week
double
would have been
stacked kicker and defense and
yep,
probably had a really, really good line.
and still got let's say who scored? Who scored for Dallas? No. It was the Rams. Who scored the touchdown for the Rams
I don't
in the
know.
back of the end zone? I remember it was some Jordan Whittington would have been a good one to get in that game.
Hmm.
And then I guess Stetson Bennett. There goes Josh Allen. I mean, not
I
Stetson Bennett.
mean, Stenson. No, it
Not
wasn't.
Stetson Bennett. Sorry.
His name is Miller Forrestal.
That's who scored?
Yeah.
I could have guessed. Could have
Yeah.
found him in the bottom.
Yeah. I would have just shook your hand and been like, good job.
Malik Neighbors. Okay, there's a guy that has not been picked yet. Whoa. I think he's screwing around. There's a guy that hasn't been picked yet. If we're gonna go true robust, Cameron, will you get along? Will you just hop on the train and we'll go true robust?
You're talking about Etienne?
Well, no, he's not gonna fall to us.
Well, I mean, I didn't think he would go to the Bijan team because of the same bye. But
This guy's gonna auto draft him now. Not blue.
man,
Go true robust. But it's fun. If not, who do you want to go with?
Fire truck.
Yeah.
I guess DJ Moore, but I'm gonna leave this pick up to you.
We're gonna do something
If
crazy.
you want to go crazy, let's be crazy.
Second draft of the night, gotta be a little crazy. We're only gonna need 5 running backs.
We won't be as crazy as the 7th team in this draft.
Nope. We're only going to need 5 running backs in this whole draft. We're not going to have to fight with everybody for all these running backs that are moving up boards. I mean, on average, I feel like every team is drafting an extra running back. That's 12 extra running backs per whole draft. It's a lot. There's Travis Kelce. I wonder what this team's going to do if they're going to follow us.
Well, they might be scared off and go with Chase Brown.
Yeah. Zach Moss.
Another guy that
not even
still
starting
on the board is Stephon Diggs.
Yep, that's who I was thinking with this next one.
We'll see.
Pounds,
both of these teams still need a running back, but I don't know who's still available at this point. So many have gone the first 3 rounds.
I was going to say Rachaad White. Is he there?
14 running backs in the first 3 rounds. Or 13, I'm sorry.
Rachaad
and
White.
one of them was completely unnecessary and should not count on any way, shape, or form. All right.
It's us. So
sure. Let's go with Mr. Diggs.
Okay. 14 by
receivers almost. Yeah. Definitely going to have one of the next fall. It should at least.
Yeah, because Laporte is actually going farther back right now. Kelce went at the 311. That was farther than expected. I think they're probably going to start running on him, though.
Who's the Minnesota Week 17 opponent?
I got it right here. It is Green Bay.
Okay. It's an okay game, I guess. Okay game environment. But where is it? That's important. Oh, in Minnesota.
Yeah, in Minnesota, yeah.
That's a good environment.
Yeah. If you're just joining us and you haven't really seen the robust strategy, we talked about it on our Best Ball 101 video where we introduced all best ball strategies and everything. But seeing it in action is a lot different than just us talking about it. And it gets really crazy really fast because you get slimmer pickings later on. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like Cam said, 14 running backs in the first 3 rounds makes it where, you have more opportunity for receivers falling to you. So hopefully,
I mean, depending on what the first pick does, that would still be 4 teams that went 0 running backs in the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, they're gonna have a tough time.
They're gonna have very, very tough time.
Yeah. Let's see.
Would no longer recommend going 0 RB based on where everybody's kind of rising up to.
Yeah, and you can get hero RBs, all the way to don't not Zach Moss, but almost everybody that's in the first 3 rounds. You could make a case to do somewhat hero-ish RB.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Rashad White didn't jump up this time. Kamara's still there, and then obviously James Cook is still there as well.
That's what I was expecting one of these teams to go.
I was kind of
running back pretty
expecting
soon here.
the fifth team that went Allen to go Cook and then go with Kincaid, but I guess he really liked Dell there.
Patrick Mahomes unstacked. I'm bets. Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Tough. What are you doing? What are you mad about? I bet he's pissed that he didn't get any running backs. He's just like, throw it. No one can have
Dude,
quarterbacks.
the team that just went Pacheco and Rasheed Rice is probably pissed.
Who does this obsession with kickers? Where does this obsession with kickers come from, Dustin? Brandon would like to know.
Story time.
CJ Stroud stacked. Okay, not terrible. Stacked with Nico. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. So we have to get through.
I kind of have a picture in my mind how this will go, but we'll just kind of see how the board falls. Are you kind of dead set on one of these two being a tight end?
No. There's a lot of tight ends later on we could go with if like the wrong guys fall to us. Basically, okay. I would have loved to have Kincaid fall to us. Andrews is still on the board. I'm probably not going Pitts at 57, so maybe the next one if we do. And
well, I mean, if we were targeting tight end with one of these two picks, and it wasn't obviously the top tier of guys, it would be a Kittle or Pitts at the 6th round. But there's a couple of receivers that are still on the board that I would not mind at all.
There goes the Cook.
And then also, well, actually, we don't need a running back, but Kamara and Rashad White are still on the board, which they went a full round earlier than that. Ken Walker rising up.
And over Rashad White and Kamara, who you just stated.
Kyler Murray.
Too personal for YouTube. Okay. Let's go check it out.
The team that okay. So, fingers crossed kind of situation.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I don't know what he needed.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh crap. That's not fun at all.
Auto drafter?
Yep.
Yeah. Auto drafter.
Okay. How do you feel about Scary Terry?
I'm fine with it. He's safe, and we need safe.
Yeah. A lot of safe.
Him and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I was thinking Keenan in the 6.
What did we get?
Maybe even
we have a 14 buy though. That's what I was gonna say. And Scary.
I mean, at the end of the day, we just kind of got to get talent there, and then we'll 9-10 receiver.
Right. Team. I was just thinking, Keenan Allen's got a week 7 buy.
Because also, like at this point, we can only go, but we're choosing to go 5 with. Oh my God, I can't even talk. Choosing to go with running backs, so we can really be overzealous with every other position now.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure we get a tight end though, probably on this next one.
Well, right now it's either Kittle or we wait again. At this point, depending on what the 12th pick does, and then other than that, probably 2 of those receivers we mentioned.
Right. I'm surprised on like how many quarterbacks have gone actually, in a weird way, because of how the Patrick Mahomes Lamar thing.
Well, usually those 5 are pretty standard, and then Kyler was reached on by the team that went with Zach Moss. So, understandable. They go
bully tight end,
or bully tight end, stupid.
Yep.
But that's kind of fun. I actually forgot Andrews still was on the board because Pitts went.
That's who I was hoping.
Oh yeah, that would have been a home run if we could have done that.
Because he is in our tier 1, while Pitts is a start of our tier 2. All right, buddy. Come on. Mess it up.
We still have the 2 teams that are coming up that have yet to take running backs.
Mm-hmm.
And Rashad White's still there.
So we basically know what they need to do, are going to do, basically.
Well, I actually don't know who this team would even take right now.
Kamara?
Mixon? Is Mixon still there?
Kamara?
No, Kamara is
there.
Oh. All right.
And Mixon.
This draft was all over the place. But yeah, so what does your gut say between going our 3rd receiver or George Kittle?
81.
I suck. That's like Ferguson range.
Yeah. I think we could do that and go with our next receiver.
Okay.
Who do you want between these two or that guy? You have like
Well, we'll go Ridley.
back-to-back
Yeah.
drafts with Ridley.
Our first and second shares of the summer.
Wow.
Woo!
Needed to get more. We said that.
We truly had 0 shares after like 212 drafts.
Yeah, it was not good.
So definitely was a guy that we needed more of, especially with the DeAndre Hopkins uncertainty now.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
still need more.
Adding some wide receivers. We'll probably want to get. Um, I think we want to do the stack on this next round. What do you think? Try to get
Yeah,
the stack.
with the Jaden Daniels.
Either that or the other team that we talked about. You know, the star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brock Bowers, 6'6". That's kind of where we have him in our overall rankings. That's very early. But that's the same team that's been going crazy, so that's not surprising.
Start going crazy with some people we like or don't like.
Yeah, I like Kyler. I like Brock. Stop it. He actually stacked Buccaneers in this whole thing. Zach Moss is what? What do you think rank wise right now? Like in the 100, 101 or something? So he picked him 70 picks early.
Solid.
I mean, it opens up us to get one spot closer to whoever we want, basically. Aaron Jones.
Fun fact,
went
Rex
James Conner.
Grossman has the same amount of MC championships as Aaron Rodgers. If you're talking about victories, you are absolutely correct.
So 0.
We were definitely aiming for Keenan with the turn. We also didn't have a ton of Terry McLaurin, and I don't know.
We have a video out that's coming out. It's not actually out yet. That is about players that we need to get more of. A couple of those players include Terry McLaurin and both Calvin Ridley, because we just don't have enough at the moment. And we take stands obviously on our ownership, but when certain things happen, like we see Jaden Daniels playing better than expected, you get a little bit more Terry McLaurin. When an injury happens to DeAndre Hopkins, you get a little bit more Calvin Ridley. So ownership is a full thing, but it's also based on what time of the year you draft. Our ownership in June versus July versus August, all very different. So that's important to note. Keon Coleman, and I think that's where he goes. George Kittle goes later than expected. How many teams have tight ends? One doesn't. 2, 3. So these two don't. And then everybody else does, except for us and this guy.
Yeah, I guess Ferguson and Joku are the next two up, right? Well, we're really gonna hope that one falls into our laps, because Bowers is gone, so we would really be at a deficit.
There's one more elite tight end that I can't think of that we're missing. No, there's not. Who am I missing? Who did I not count on that? I don't know. There goes. Oh, that guy. That's who I didn't count. Why. Okay. Perfect. Says tight ends. So hopefully we know what that means.
And we haven't. And then the other idea, if you wanted to,
Joe Burr,
another quarterback that was different, hoping to get the same stack we got last week, fall to us. But we have to have this specific thing go correctly first.
2, 2, 2, 1. I love it. You don't mess this up.
Let's see. All right. Well, and Christian Watson's still there as well.
That's crazy. We have to go.
We kind of do.
Because
unless you're okay with risking Njoku, being okay with him. But
I just can't get a stack that way. I'm more comfortable going with Jake.
Let's go with Ferguson. And then just cross your fingers for Mr. Christian Watson, even though he will not be there.
Well, I was thinking this guy. Don't we need this guy?
Well, I guess. Well, yeah. It's kind of slim pickings right now.
Yeah, I think we should probably sugar up 2 positions that we have nobody at. I understand the wide receiver depth, though. Jameson Williams goes over Christian Watson.
That is not something I would do.
Ramondre. Let's see.
See, this
I'm
team doesn't have a tight end. The other team doesn't have a quarterback yet.
yeah. Who does he have as receivers? Ayuk.
He just kind of went best available.
So no.
Oh, I'm talking about the
Oh.
12 team, but
Oh, sorry.
no, you're all good, man.
I was looking for the quarterback on this team. I don't know what he's going to do at tight end. I guess he could go Njoku here.
Njoku, he better get her. His best tight end is going to be like Cole Kmet, real fast. We saw how much the tight end twos rose in the last draft. So I wonder if that's actually a popular trend now.
Well, I didn't expect Brock Bowers to go with the 66.
Caleb Williams going over Dak.
Thank God.
Well,
he had
it
Keenan.
looks like he was going for the
Yeah,
nice.
He did
Okay.
that the right way.
I respect
Curtis
you.
Samuel. Christian Watson.
Okay, well, we're gonna get one or the other, so
Yeah, I'm comfy.
won't be upset with either one.
It's just, it's so pretty, but it's gonna be wrong. It's like, I mean,
Yeah, because honestly, Daniels isn't gonna fall to us
he's not.
based on where he. I don't think so. At the 9-12,
He's at 95.
I.
What do you want to do?
No. I
I'm
want to go
asking.
Dak here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with Dak here. I'm just saying I doubt that Daniels is gonna fall to us
Well,
based on his trend.
if he did,
I know he's at 95 now, but there's a reason he got to 95, and it's because
right.
people overdrafted him like last draft where he went in the 80s somewhere.
Yeah, I was just wondering Christian Watson and then going Jaden Daniels on the other side of it.
Yeah, I didn't have confidence that he would fall to us.
Yeah.
If he does, then that'll be our quarterbacks.
Christian Watson could also fall to us. That'd be cool.
I'm buying a lotto ticket if that happens.
I'd be pretty happy. Not gonna lie. The 105. Okay, I see. So we're 105. He's at 95 right now. Yeah, that makes sense.
No shot.
But there's a lot of stackable players to go with Dak, so always makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, right after us, there's the Cowboys running backs that we've talked about. Brandon Cooks. We haven't gotten a ton of Brandon Cooks, but that's kind of the range where he's going.
In the 18th?
Tolbert's no,
17th?
he's in the 15th, 16th.
No way.
Yeah.
We have so much of him in the 19th, 20th.
Because he went in the 15th the last round, but I don't think that was a huge reach.
Right.
Let me pull up the ADPs real quick.
We wanted to grab Keenan, yes.
Yeah, Tolbert is 175 right now.
175. Okay. That's much earlier than I expected. Hollywood Brown at 93 is nuts. Why is Wicks up here? What are you doing?
That's the crazy team. Daniels goes 8-10.
He is the follow the preseason highlight team right there.
Yeah, but that's a unstacked team, so we'll see what they do. That's their first quarterback off the board.
Jahan
the team
Dotson.
that went before him has 0 quarterbacks and 0 tight ends through 8 rounds.
Tough.
That's
the
gonna be rough.
Team at the beginning there has no tight ends, so I'd expect.
Well, they could have had one if they didn't go double.
Well, the two teams have gone 2 tight ends already. This one and this one went bully, so that one got 2. This team got screwed. This team at the end got screwed. This team has also screwed themselves more so than anything. Greg.
We might have to grab our second quarterback soon too. I kind of have a feeling there's going to be some. There's two teams right around us that have 0 quarterbacks. Another team that's coming up as well.
What are we going to try to do with those quarterbacks? Like who?
We're going to dance.
Yeah. Who can we get in the next few here? Let's go look.
Javonte. JSN's still there.
We have some time before. Who can we get? Jacksonville, Stacks, week 12. Oh, we do have Etienne. Yeah. And he is a receiver. Don't like.
Sure. He caught a receiving touchdown in preseason. So
he is the 3rd down back because Tank Bigsby is not very good.
Let's go back to the overall because I want to cross my fingers again.
It's a possibility.
Listen.
These two are falling. How far do you think these two will fall? Just wondering. Between Jordan Addison and DeAndre
I
Hopkins.
don't know. But right now, considering that DeAndre's just like, a couple weeks, but he'll be back. Addison is like a couple weeks, but then also
Oh, sad
suspension.
day.
I don't know. It's kind
Um,
of uncomfortable for both, honestly.
but yeah, with DeAndre Hopkins though, I can see the gosh,
Romeo Dobbs has vaulted up to 93,
we're up.
which is
What do you
crazy to
want to
me.
do?
Anything but Dobbs.
Fun.
Um,
Palmer, number one on his team. Hopkins. I like Hopkins, and we can stack him with Will Levis because we have
sure.
Ridley. I
We
also
might
like
we,
Palmer.
let's go with Hopkins, and then we'll see what kind of comes on the turnaround.
Okay.
Between him,
Why is there a
there's Rashid
black
Shaheed is
hand
still
over my
there.
thing? You see that?
What?
There. What?
It's kind of delayed a little bit.
Well, no, it's like I have a hand now over my cursor. It's not on here. Oh, weird. It's just because I guess I'm screen sharing. Yeah, the guy after us is now on auto, or before us is auto.
Okay.
So he auto drafted Lad, Eckler, Ford. This is the 7 pick. No.
No,
This is the 7 pick. The guy
one that went Wicks.
This guy needs to.
No. Yeah.
This one
That's the team that is crazy. They haven't really been that crazy since. I
Khalil
mean,
Shakur.
obviously Wicks and Shakir are around early, but that wasn't as crazy as a 70 pick or the ADP.
Yeah.
And then the other guy again wanted to mention Brandon Cooks as a possibility as well. He's still on the board. Get a double, possible triple later.
Josh Palmer still on the board.
No, he's not. I really don't want to go both. I'm okay going an Addison or a Hopkins, but I definitely don't want to go both, even if they're at values. So
Fair enough. Right, we're up. We could go.
it's Brandon Cooks. It's a second tight end. It's a second. If you wanted Goddard, that would give a correlation on week 17, even though it's, they could both go off. I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Brian Robinson or
No, I'm not. I'm not touching running back for a while.
I think we'll stay off.
Need a lot of receivers,
and we'll do next. We'll go next on that.
So we're going tight end.
Yeah, we'll go Cooks on the end around.
I don't think so, but we'll just kind of see what happens.
I'm confident.
Addison goes right after.
On the
he and McConkey have fallen. McConkey was it was one of the worst ADPs we saw at the beginning. He was in the early 70s, late 60s. Now he's into the mid 90s.
Seems more reasonable.
It seems more reasonable. You're starting to get my attention there.
Absolutely. I wish there was a little bit more crazy, I wish like we could get something wild to happen.
I mean, there's a lot of different strategies going on right now.
Oh yeah, this team still has no quarterback.
I mean,
this
team
team
that's
has
about
no
to be
quarterback
up or tight end.
No tight end down here. No tight end on this side. Yeah, I mean they went 3 straight running backs, so they must have had. Yeah, they had no running backs until. See, okay, yeah. So this team here had no running backs until round 6. This team had no running backs down on 5. They're more okay. This team has screwed themselves.
Yeah.
And Kyle Pitts, James Conner was their first running back. I'm just not comfortable with those teams.
There was way more 0 RB than we've been seeing of late. Mm-hmm. So there's about 5 teams that didn't take a running back in the first 5-6 rounds.
There's some more though. I mean, running backs are still going off the board.
Usually 10th round is pretty RB and heavy. So maybe we might get our wish.
For you. Come on. I don't know why it's taking so long either, because like all these guys are drafting till their turn.
It's like, how else can I sabotage this team?
Golly. Okay, Rashid Shaheed.
Well, I mean, they kind of needed to go. All those running backs.
Tight end though. Because
no tight end.
Yeah. Hero tight end here. Hero or no, bully tight end here. And then tight ends here. Yeah, they just got
Yeah, I
screwed.
think the Evan Ingram Njoku pairing is a very, very solid one.
Mhm. Yeah, that's almost like what we've been doing with Jake Ferguson and Brock Bowers. It's kind
Mhm.
of the same, idea range-wise. We've been doing that a lot when we get the chance. Like right here, we'll get go Brock at the 100, but he's moving up too much. We're gonna need a second quarterback. Would have been a good pick in this build.
Yeah, Jonathan
Brooks.
Brooks.
Yeah, because
Don't gotta rely on him at all, and then you just have the upside late in the season.
exactly.
JK and Gus Edwards going almost back to back in the 10th round. I that running back situation is so murky, but one of them is gonna just have some sneaky
Touches. It's just
value.
the touches. Like you
Hmm.
get, 40 rushing attempts a game. If they don't split it up, wow. Glad we went. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Are you really glad?
I'm glad we went Goddard because I would just
Yeah.
watched all of the go off the. We have Dallas.
If you, like you said, if you needed a quarterback, Stafford's best available.
We have Dallas.
Yeah,
What do you want to do? I have no time.
Stafford.
Okay.
Who's the best available receivers now?
Gabe Davis,
Uh,
Jahan Dotson,
okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to go Dotson.
Polk, but I'm not getting Polk in the 13th round.
Yeah, we
Like
need to go Dotson. That would give us a double stack without the quarterback, because that's
we were
fun.
so close. This guy's on auto draft. That's the only reason it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm. Hate when that happens.
So dumb. All right. Well,
Alrighty, it's okay. So yeah, Dotson is my preference on this next pick, and then
Mitchell making some big plays in camp. I saw another big play today. So he's been climbing boards back to. He was at 125, I think, to start this summer.
he was in the 110s actually.
Was he?
Somewhere.
Okay. So yeah. So now he's going back that way. After he dropped into the 140s. But I think it was a reasonable drop, especially when everybody's healthy. Mike Williams. God dog it. Okay. So Dotson's gone. We could go Rico and get a receiving back, or we can go. Golly, that's tough. Tough. What do you want to do?
It's running back
It's probably Zeke for
or
me.
ugly receiver. I don't know.
Well, I'd
Not
rather
not
go
liking how this team's turning out.
running back.
Okay. Another Zeke share.
I don't
So
hate the team. We just need depth at receiver. Depth.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah, not my favorite build for sure.
It's a tough style, but like we always talk about, got to zig when everybody's zagging.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I personally think that the $1 million maker is going to be somebody that picked 2 running backs in the first 5 rounds. That's my prediction this year. Whoever that may be, hopefully it's us.
right,
That'd be cool. But we also did a lot of one hero RB builds to where our second running back was the
6th or 7th
Zimmer,
rounders.
White,
Yeah,
Najee tier of running backs in the
yeah,
7th round, 8th round even.
yeah. I tried to when Camaro was at the 5-6 turn. That was a guy that we were getting some of with a hero or B build that I liked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Those builds were really nice because you could get tight end and then still get Camara in the sixth round. That hasn't happened since June though. I feel like we haven't seen those in a long time. This is a very slow draft too.
Yeah,
They're really milking
we're
it.
snail's pace right now.
Jerry Judy, ugly receivers. 141. Let's see. What do we want to do? We're at 153, 160, 177. Let's go look at these receivers. It's got to be somebody good, right? Michael Wilson. We'll get that guy. And Robinson. It's just ugly. Tolbert. Yeah, let's see. That's where I would like to go.
Another thing we hadn't mentioned yet, it's a stupid rumor, but Keenan Allen's like up to 230 in weight, and he looks the exact same that he has always looked in camp, wearing the double baggy clothes, and he looks nothing different. And there's just like, oh, he's 230 and he looks slower. It's like, no, he's just older,
Yeah,
and that's it.
just
Let's
smarter,
move on.
older and
Is
smarter.
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing people be nitpicked for their conditioning and stuff like that. Like there was somebody that was like, somebody came a report on Kyle Pitts, and he was like best shape of his life. He's making all the plays. We see highlight real grabs, and then 2 days later, there's like Kyle Pitts needs to work on his conditioning because he's breathing heavy and hands on knees, and
Well,
it's like,
at the beginning of the summer, there was a guy that put out a thing that was like, "Oh, JJ McCarthy looks terrible. Look at this interception." And then everything from then was like great reports, and I was like, I'm confused. I'm just not going to listen
mhm.
to the BS like
And then the other funny
reporters.
thing was Malik Neighbors, that there was people like, oh yeah, look at this play. He was so open. It's like, he's double covered.
Yeah, that was a
So
terrible. Yeah, I literally laughed out loud on that play because I couldn't believe it. Um, there's some receivers that I like, and you're an auto drafter, so you're gonna give us these receivers.
let's see.
I was thinking that guy.
Okay.
Darnell Mooney's still there. That's who I
As much
was.
as I would like to take Chuba,
Yeah.
we need to go double receiver here. So I would probably prefer Michael Wilson first, and then I'm not sure.
Well, I have this up here so we can get the stack because we did go Matthew Stafford.
What pick overall are we in right now?
We're at 155 right now.
Okay, so there's an outside chance that we can get Tolbert on the turn.
Well, Tolbert's at 175.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. So we'll get him on the next
I
one.
hope,
He's
but
it's
he went a whole
177.
round and a half early this last draft, and like I said, he's been climbing as well.
So yeah, we're here on that next one.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he will. Jermaine Burton going back where he was before injury and reports of
That's
being the eighth receiver
yeah.
in the game. Uh,
He did score.
he did
So
score.
if you just look at the box score, he was the best receiver on the
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals. But being the eighth receiver in the game is a little bit tough.
It's like we got a ton of shares of him as like a wide receiver 7, but at this point, I'm not going to force stuff when he's not showing that in game right now. So if Iosivas is playing every slot snap and he is all with the ones and nobody else is coming in for him, I'm gonna go with Iosivas, especially if his ADP is still lower than
Oh yeah,
Jermaine Burton at the moment.
for sure.
Taking both of them is a great option. All right, so Mooney's no longer there. I mean, we can reach on to Marcus Robinson to get the stack with Matthew Stafford. Don't really want Dobbs. I'm sorry, Josh Downs. Wandell, we really haven't gotten a ton of either. What are your thoughts?
I just want to go Robinson.
Okay.
I think it makes the most sense. Wando's actually one of my favorite from the Giants. I think he's the 2 in the offense over everybody else. You still get a 2 in a bad offense at 160 in the 160s. You're not mad about it, you know. There goes Malachi Corley.
Well, I would love to get the number 1 and
Jatavian Sanders
next turn.
So that's that guy that was picking crazy. We'd appreciate you for pushing players up to us, though. It gives us a little bit of leeway.
Wish there was a couple more that we were hoping falling.
Yeah.
We kind of reached on both picks that time. But it's funny because, a month ago, we're getting Michael Wilson the 18th round. We're getting Demarcus Robinson either undrafted, then he got to the 17th. And now you gotta spin for him. Definitely, I don't know if either are even worth being drafted in redraft leagues. Just unless it's a really, really deep, like triple flex style of play. But
so what is a normal redraft league? 12 players on a team?
It's 15.
15 with kickers and defense.
Yeah.
Okay, so 13
well, that's
rounds,
at least,
I guess.
that's a Yahoo one. ESPN 16 with an extra bench spot. CBS, I don't even care what it is. Sleeper, it just kind of depends. It's kind of all over the place, but I think a sleeper generic draft is 15 players
Right.
as well.
Okay.
But I don't remember if they're a 3 receiver or 2 in a flex.
Well, I was
Top of my
just
head.
thinking, that's 156 players. So you're getting right there, right before
Hmm.
where they're getting picked. I think I'd rather get some of the younger guys, for because they just sit on your bench and you can get them for like random upside if they become the number one receivers,
Hmm.
like an Xavier Leggett. Wow, Jalen McMillan. All right, buddy.
If we did do a redraft league, snake draft wise, is there even a single defense that you would draft before the last round that you're even thinking about? Maybe if you're at the end of a draft, you could be
I
doing it the
mean,
14th to have your preference.
I think
But
there's certain defenses that are going to get drafted too early that I would
yeah,
want.
well, the
So
top defenses are
otherwise,
always like off the board in the 10th, 11th rounds,
yeah,
and
and I'm
I've
never going to
never
do
done
that.
that.
Mm-mm.
Jalen Tolbert didn't fall.
I'm more of a person that will draft all skill players and then pick up defenses and kickers.
Hmm.
That's what I do in our auction drafts. I just buy more
Yeah.
players rather than
Auction draft,
defenses.
it's a little different just because when you're at the end, we've both been guys that have been conservative with money and then control the draft later by outbidding everyone. And
Right.
so
Or
you had the
fighting with each other.
affordability to. Last year, I had a ton at the end, so I spent like $7 on Cowboys defense, and
Right.
that was my only reliable
Consistent.
source.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Will Levis. Eric Gray. Man, that's high.
Kenny McIntosh, bro.
We're doing some
We're
craziness. There ain't no
we're
way
in the
there's not better
boonies.
players, guys. What do we
If you one and
need?
three quarterbacks, Justin Fields
Justin
is still there.
Fields. Yeah.
Um, Khalil Herbert's still there.
Yeah.
Uh, Demario Douglas was the guy that I was thinking about, but
On the next one, maybe.
maybe.
Tough.
I mean, since he's the
We're not going to
top,
get Fields though, right?
if you want to, we can. I'm just
On the other side, I don't think
no,
he'd be there. So
no.
I'd rather go
There's
Fields.
less of a chance. Excuse me. There's less of a chance that he would be there than um, Demario Douglas.
I love the insane upside of Fields, and I will continue to love it.
Yep.
This is a very long draft. Like normally we ramp through them. I feel like, especially like underdog though. Underdog is much faster. They get in and get out
Mm-hmm.
quick.
And they've jumped it up to fuck a
Jeez,
duck.
people, they're like listening to us.
Yeah, I guess so. But
Let's see, what's our count? This is the team that's gonna win $1 million. One we just dislike.
yeah, that's always how it ends up being.
Yeah, we have to hit on these next few picks. There are no receivers for the next
Yeah.
mile. Cool.
Filtered to that position. It's Quinn Johnston and DJ Chark, Tyler Boyd.
But we would have 3 Tennessee players, 3 Tennessee receivers.
Oh yeah, God, I forgot about that.
That would be tough. My goodness. DJ Shark's my favorite in that range. We will get Greg Dortch. Probably try to get him in the next round.
So because of how low he is, would you rather go somewhere else right here? Because like Marshawn Lloyd's still on the board, and obviously we don't. Oh no, he's not.
Kamani is.
Kamani
Bucky is.
Bucky is.
I'm okay with either Kamani or
Turner
Bucky.
Tracy.
We have tons of Kamani. I'm okay with getting Bucky instead.
Okay.
If he's there, obviously. I guess I can't go wrong.
This
though.
is crazy.
I guess I can't go wrong either way, though, right? So that's at least good.
Be even better if we could be right either way.
No offense. Yeah, right. I agree.
All right.
All right, Bucky, it is.
Out of here, guys.
Come on. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all are still
hanging
on board.
out. I wish we could have got some of y'all in this draft. Unfortunately, it was full. We were the last team in here, but we do this every week. So if you want to be a part, Trey Palmer. If you want to be a part of a draft, definitely, come on Wednesdays. We'll be doing next Wednesday.
We got what, 3 more?
Is that right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we got one next Wednesday, then the following, and then September 4th is the day before the season. So
that's the perfect one. That's the perfect one to be a part of. Like
yeah, I guess
the blow off, or the like blowout one, where we get right into it. By that point, we should also have both videos out for first looks for Thursday Night Football and for the weekend slate for the main.
Yeah, we'll be talking
So
about that a little bit as well. And then there's also starting to be some contests for best ball coming out that are like, shortened contests. So there's like a weeks 1 through 4. So just straight up the first 4 weeks of the season kind of contest, fun and interesting.
right.
And then also, which we're not going to do any live streams of this, but there was one that I've done before where they have like best balls into the season where week 17 is the championship,
Hmm.
but it's like week 2 is the start or week 3 is the start. And so
Right.
guys that get injured or stuck to start, they plummet in ADP. And then that's just like, oh,
Second
that's fine.
chance. Second
Yeah.
chance best ball. I like that.
Like just as an example, like if you look at the week 1 receiver prices, everybody is in a good matchup in the elite tier of receivers except for CeeDee Lamb. He's playing the Browns on the road, which he could go off, but he could very well just be
Right.
rough.
Any of the elite guys can go
Say,
off.
yeah, say he like cramps up because he's back and trying to get himself in shape, or he gets clamped and he's 5 for 50. He's gonna go behind Amon Ra, who goes for 10 receptions
Right.
and 100 yards on Sunday Night Football. Um, those kinds of like knee jerk reactions. It's usually fun to kind of see a way different ADP, even more so than this one, which has been far out there.
Let's see. Who do they play? Detroit would play the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Cincinnati plays New England, so I'm sure Jamar Chase will jump up.
If you care about defensive lineman depth, the Cowboys just traded for Jordan Phillips from the New York Giants. Guess that means Mozzie Smith just is not doing it.
Yeah, I don't think that he ever was going to pan out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Swapping 7th-round picks in 2 drafts from now in 2026.
So basically nothing. Cool.
Yeah.
Roman Wilson injured. George goes. Oh my goodness. This is so ugly. Rookies it is.
All right.
Iosivas.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Next. Tyler Boyd would have been nice there if we weren't already just knee deep in Titan.
Who could be a bottom 5, most likely a bottom 5 team in the league. Because they're projected to be.
I wouldn't say most likely.
The
I
fourth
think we're
pick in
actually
the
kind of
draft.
different to. I don't know. Let
They're
me see.
projected like the 4th pick in the draft. I think that was just my like most likely by like what ESPN and what like match or the
Well,
odds
ESPN,
makers, what the odds makers are saying. The bet ESPN has them like that. I think.
I don't give 2 shits about ESPN, but I do care about Vegas Insider, and yeah, you're right there. The 4th worst record, but it's 6.5 though. You typically don't see.
That's pretty high.
You don't see typically only 3 teams below, or 5.5 or below. Usually there's about 5 or 6.
Right.
So
we'll just wait till our bold predictions come up.
Yeah,
and you'll see some other teams.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, that's a very exciting video. I love that video. That was an awesome time.
I don't think we included it, but I'm just getting more and more on board of the Saints just absolutely plummeting. If they can just not take the easy schedule to their advantage.
It's not as easy as you think after I re-looked at it.
Yeah.
Like I know the strength of schedule is easy, but I'm like, I don't know. Like it's not as easy.
I mean, there's a lot of
because Carolina got better.
There's a lot of teams where it's just like I can see you winning. You
Right.
know, Washington has a schedule where it's just like there's not for sure L's.
Right.
And stuff of that nature.
Oh.
This might be our last range to get a competent running back.
Yeah.
Pierce is still there.
Audric.
Yeah,
we could go 6 running backs.
We already have 5?
We have 5.
Who's our 4th one?
I don't remember.
Bucky and Zeke. Okay.
But we can go 6. I think it makes more sense because the wide receivers suck.
Sure.
Which one though? Would you rather have Damian or Audric?
Well, we probably have more of Audric.
So Damian?
Sure.
Okay. Done.
All right, 2 more, we're done.
Yep, we're almost there. Let's see.
That's 9 o'clock.
I know this. I'm telling you, this draft taking a lot longer. I don't even know how long the stream's been. Let me look. Let's
Well, in
check.
that case, let's do a
2
recap
and
of our
1.
team now, and then we'll take our 2 picks, and then we'll just stop it after those.
Perfect. So robust strategy. Brees Hall, Jameer Gibbs, very odd, pairing, which is really cool. Travis Etienne fell back to where he was at the beginning of the year, which is great. Stephon Diggs is still falling, which is crazy. 40. Terry McLaurin, very safe player from Washington. Calvin Ridley. Then we got the stack between Prescott, DeAndre Hopkins to add to our Tennessee nightmare. Added Goddard because we needed a backup tight end, backup with Matthew Stafford at quarterback. Zeke because running back is finally time for running back. Michael Wilson, a guy that we really liked when he was in the 18th round. Now we have to get him in the 13th round. Robinson to stack with Matthew Stafford. Justin Fields, who we think could have some of the upside of the year and could be a winner, game changer. Bucky Irving, a rookie. We like rookie upside, especially if Rashad White goes down. Bucky Irving is the same guy. So not that great at football, but going to get all the opportunities. So you like him. Iosivas is the starting slot receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. And Damian Pierce is the backup to Joe Mixon.
What the fall we've seen from Damian Pierce, how he went into a workhorse role after not ever displaying a workhorse role, and we got in heavy debates with our friends of just,
Is he good at football?
Yeah, is he good at football? And we are like, no,
No.
but we're gonna draft him
Yeah.
next year. And no, he lost the job to Devin Singletary.
But that's the same thing with Rashad White. That's the same thing with James Conner. And so Rashad White could be the Damian Pierce this year.
Yeah.
Like that could be what happens. Like he just gets beaten out. We thought it was you thought it might be Sean Tucker last year.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, but it wasn't so far fetched that it couldn't have happened.
No. We just thought that
be Bucky
you
Irving.
were the least efficient running back last year. Maybe you want to try to not be that. And no, they were like, no, we're good with our 3.5 yards a carry.
He preseason said he was going to get over 1,000 yards this year.
Rushing? No chance.
That's what he said.
No shot.
It's all about volume.
What is his prop?
If he gets 3.5, but he gets 300 rushes, that's 1,050 yards. I mean,
it's 800. His prop is 824.
Well, he said he's going over that.
They have all-purpose yards now.
That's cool.
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with our video we'll be recording on Saturday for our futures.
Yeah, I don't think it'll come out till next week, but it'll be out.
Start kind of getting a peek at some numbers. Also, there's like free squares. I already took mine, but there should still be a Patrick Mahomes free square, $25 on Prize Picks. There's also discounts on Underdog as well. Right now, there's like 4 discounts, but they're only for 3 more days.
Right.
And that's only a week 1 prop. But yeah, whole lot of fun.
Yeah. Like I said though earlier, please get in the Discord and check it out because that's where all this stuff will be. We're going to be posting as many things as we can in there and giving y'all as much information as we have. Seeing y'all's information coming back and getting some locks, and hopefully we'll win some money. Jordan Whittington, over exaggeration. Trey Tucker, over exaggeration based on preseason. Let's go see who we got. Golly. Honestly, at this point, it seems okay.
Sure.
I hate it.
No, do it.
I am. All right, let's do it so we can get out of here.
Yeah, do it, and then hopefully Hyatt falls to us at the 20th.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's still there.
And
do we want Hyatt or do we want Slayton? Considering Slayton is the starter.
Not y'all's one, man.
Absolutely. So, but he's the starter. What do you think?
Sure.
And we've had plenty of Hyatt.
It's fine.
Okay. You didn't seem very convincing.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. This whole range is gross.
Yeah. Ever since the 15th round, I felt really uncomfortable.
I love that the finally able to avoid J.J. McCarthy.
Why? Because he has too many quarterbacks?
Well, I don't know why.
Because
he's able to, but
I'm not sure why he didn't go Tyler Boyd. Here in the last 3. Because Tyler Boyd's 198% projected, and he had the 200th pick. So I thought that might have been the spot he got.
Yeah.
You know,
Who knows?
as soon as we make our last pick, we're gonna get out of here.
Yep.
So I'll stop sharing as soon as that happens, and then we will give you all a little bit of information before we go. Or actually, we could do that right now if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Truly. So
Again, we got about 3 more live streams on Wednesdays. Going forward, once again, we are going to be doing a couple videos for first looks for Showdown Thursday Night Football and for the main contest. And then Sunday mornings before kickoff, 8 to 11, is going to be our just rah rah talk about everything and everyone. And I can't wait for it. So please join in if you get up and have nothing to do on Sunday mornings.
yeah, and we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. I mean, it was a really long second draft. I
Mhm.
wish we could have got some people in here with us. That would have been really fun. But you know, we love doing this. We love getting into these drafts and getting some of these guys picks. Hopefully, we can win some good money on it. And hopefully, if y'all get to draft with us or y'all use what we have told, created through all these videos, that y'all are productive. We have 5 videos coming out a week until season starts, and then we will slow down and do very particular videos for all of the things. But until then, we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, take care.
Oh.